Sri Lanka has been in the grip of an economic crisis. The country is now experiencing its worst financial crisis since independence in 1948. Citizens of the island nation have been battling on the streets, protesting against months of blackouts, acute scarcity of food and other essentials. The protests have shown no signs of fading. Many schools in Colombo were shut and several train stations were completely deserted, as teachers and train drivers joined mass walkouts demanding President Gotabaya Rajapaksa government's resignation. Hundreds of employees from state-run banks and trade unions also joined the protests wearing black and carrying black flags. The country's trade union leaders have threatened an ongoing strike from May the 6th if the president and the current government does not resign. The economic crisis has now triggered a massive political crisis as well. Reports say that the Rajapaksa brothers, the president and prime minister that is, currently stand divided. The son of the prime minister, Mahinda Rajapaksa, and member of parliament, Namal Rajapaksa, tweeted, and I quote, "A section of the general public is busy protesting against the government. The opposition is busy organizing a protest march. The ruling coalition is divided and trying to create a majority while the country is suffering." So an admission of division between the ruling coalition is now coming from the Rajapaksa family itself. Earlier, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa had denied reports of a rift. He also said that both the Prime Minister and the President are on the same page and that he would not resign. He says he will only step down if he loses majority in Parliament. And for him to lose majority in Parliament, the opposition will have to be on the same page and will need the support of the 40 dissident MPs. And as per reports now, these 40 dissenting MPs and the opposition parties stand in disagreement on the adoption of a no-confidence motion. Sources say that out of the 40 MPs, some insist on the Prime Minister's resignation but do not want President Gotabaya to step down. The main opposition parties, the SGP and the JVP, are yet to agree with the other group on the contours of the proposed interim arrangement. This has, of course, hampered the process of chalking out the no-confidence motion against the government. Meanwhile, President Gotabaya has said that he is fine with an all-party government, which basically is a government with representations from every political party in Parliament. A crucial meeting to discuss an all-party government will now be held on Friday. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party, a key coalition partner, has decided not to attend the meeting for an all-party government. The party has set conditions and wants 2 ministers removed from their positions. With both an economic and a political crisis at play, the island nation Sri Lanka is collapsing. It has a foreign debt estimated at a staggering $51 billion. The Sri Lankan government has taken a few emergency measures. It has sought help from the International Monetary Fund. But the IMF has asked Sri Lanka to restructure its huge foreign debt. Before a bailout program is finalized, the country will be provided some kind of interim relief program with the loan amount of anywhere between $300 million to $600 million. Now, this will be spent on purchasing medicines and other essential items that are currently in a massive crisis or a shortage. Sri Lanka will also receive an aid package from the World Bank over the next 4 months. For more on the political developments in Sri Lanka, our correspondent Dasuni has sent us this report from Colombo. Take a look.
Trade unions representing the government, semi-government, as well as certain private trade unions staged protests island-wide, demanding President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the Rajapaksa-led government to step down. Now, trade unions varying from the transportation sector, the medical sector, as well as important government institutions took a step back from their duties today, and some of these trade unions have now convened here at the Occupy Galle Face protest site, which is one of the central sites of protest that have continued to protest and voice the citizens' concerns for more than 2 weeks here in Sri Lanka. Now, while the citizens are pushing for the president to step down, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has extended an invitation once again to form an interim party government in Parliament. However, the Sri Lanka Freedom Party today expressed that its final decision will be to not attend this meeting that is set to take place tomorrow. Stay with WION as we bring you the very latest from here in Colombo as Sri Lanka's economic crisis continues to worsen with political leaders battling to find solutions. Reporting from Colombo, I'm Dasuni.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.